Hey, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today is an exciting day because I have just reached 1 year as a futures trader. I actually started in the futures market on November 28th, 2022, and the past 12 months have been quite crazy, both in my trading life and my personal life. Quick disclaimer, I am a little bit sick still. For the past 2 weeks, I've been getting over either it's cold or a flu, so don't mind me if my voice starts to go out a little bit. But jumping right into the video, I initially created a set of goals I wanted to achieve by the end of my first year. But granted, during the time I created these goals, I was in the mindset that trading was a get rich quick scheme. When I came across trading, I thought it was get rich quick scheme because it was during the pandemic when there was so many overnight successes from cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana, and then all the way to different stocks such as GameStop, AMC, Bed Bath and Beyond, or something like that. So, I was able to see so many people, younger people than me and even older people than me, just making so much money. So it was quickly implanted in my head that trading was a get rich quick scheme. As the weeks and the months went by in the futures market, though, I was quickly humbled, and it's very obvious that it's not a get rich quick scheme. But these trading goals I created here was based on that mindset. So they are very unrealistic and high expectations. And if anyone was able to actually accomplish any of these three trading goals within their first year, big respects to you. I wasn't able to, but that's okay. That's why I'm going to continue to try to do better and just level up as much as I can as the time goes by. So my first goal I created for myself to achieve for my first year was to have 20 funded accounts with Apex. The reason behind this goal was not only because of all the 2020, 2021 overnight successes, but also one of my trading friends, his name is Terrence, who I've mentioned on this channel before, where he had within his first year and within his upbringing into trading was able to be successful. And seeing his success and his dedication to his craft of being a trader, it inspired me that I can also have 20 funded accounts with Apex by the time I ended my first year. Now, granted, throughout throughout the months, I have been able to get funded accounts with Apex, but never at one point did I ever have 20, and so I did not achieve this goal. My second goal was to have trading be my main income source to support my lifestyle and my family, and I did not achieve this either. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't, only because one, I'm only been in trading for a year at this point, so I don't think that would be possible. But also two, it's because, or I'm glad I didn't achieve this, is because I do believe it's important to have multiple income streams. The more streams of income you have, the less stress and pressure you have to focus on one to make it so much money so you can actually survive. Whereas if you have a lot of them and they're all making a decent amount, then at least if one fails, you have others that can back you up. So hopefully in time, I can grow my portfolio of income streams. And then finally, to make $100,000 in profits for the year, as in withdrawing that from the market. This is such an idiotic goal, but you know what? It was something that I had on my list. No, I did not reach this, but that's okay. Hopefully in the next couple of years, I'll be able to get to this kind of amount. For YouTube, my only goal was to really stick to posting my journey on YouTube and just to get comfortable in front of the camera, sharing the highs and lows of my trading journey. I didn't realize that I was also going to start tying in my personal life and the highs and lows of that too, but it was pretty obvious that my personal and my trading life seamlessly go together, because if I'm not feeling good in one, then the other doesn't feel too good, and that's something that I want to work on this upcoming year. So for my next slide here, it's going to be my upcoming goals for my second year as a trader. I am going to come into this year with a more open mindset of being able to adjust, add, and or remove goals from my list based on what I'm wanting for myself during that time or what I see for myself in the future. For my trading goal, number one is to read 3 to 5 trading psychology books. This is pretty obvious why I want to do it. I just really want to better my trading psychology. I'm already working on my personal mental health through therapy, and I think the more better I am internally speaking, the better I can perform on the charts. My second goal is to be comfortable with walking away from the screens quicker, whether it's from emotional, losing, and even greedy days where I'm making too much money and I just want to keep on making more. The sooner I can walk away from the screens, the better I believe I'll be, because then I can better manage my risk instead of trying to overtrade when I don't need to. It's really, really critical, and this is the very big cherry on top, to separate my trading life from my personal life. As I mentioned earlier, my worlds collided when my trading and personal came together, and one sometimes depends on the other. And I was talking to one of my friends in the gym the other day, and he told me, and he's a trader himself, he told me that if you are combining your trading and personal life, it's only going to make things harder for you, and it's best to keep them separate or you might perform more poorly. And this really stuck with me because I can see it time and time again. When I lost my father a few months ago, I still tried to trade and I did super, super poorly. A few weeks ago, like about 2 weeks ago or so, when I got this new corporate job and I was offered the position, I was super happy and I felt like I was doing well in the market. But even then, even though I was feeling really great, I performed poorly because I thought that with so much confidence and lack of doubt in myself that, dude, I can do anything. I got this job, I'll be fine. So I don't care how I trade. I think it's going to work in my favor regardless because I'm just lucky right now. And lo and behold, I did poorly anyways. So it's really important to just separate the two worlds completely. My third trading goal is to clearly understand and be able to explain what my main strategy is. So my main strategy revolves around the foundations of supply and demand zones, and I also use the VWAP. But what I mean by this goal is to be able to pull up a chart and within a couple of seconds, maybe at most a minute, is to just look at it and boom, I see my setup and not hesitate, not feel like I can't execute on it because I want to continue waiting and just let it linger or whatever and blame it that I want to have patience. But really, I want to be able to pull up a chart and say, yep, that's exactly what it is. And I think that's really important because then it helps me know for myself. I know exactly what my setups are, and I know and have confidence in my setups because I've used it time and time again. So I hope by the end of my second year, I can get to that point. My fourth trading goal is to maintain a minimum of 5 funded accounts. I do believe this is very feasible and possible because I have proved to myself I'm able to pass evaluations the right way. There's times where I've passed evals the wrong way, such as gambling or full porting kind of thing. But when I took my time on evaluations and I actually allowed myself to follow my plan, I have proved to myself I can pass them, and I have proved to myself this past year I'm able to take multiple payouts. So, it's all about just staying consistent with what I'm doing now and just building on that experience and knowledge into this next year to get the 5 funded accounts. My fifth trading goal is to withdraw 5 figures from the market. And with the 5 figures, I mean in profit. So hopefully, everything goes well and I'm able to possibly break even on the year and then be able to withdraw an additional 10K. I'm not sure how that's actually going to look like. And I'm not sure if I'll be opening my own personal life funded account because that is definitely different than a funded account with a prop firm, but we'll see. There's still 12 months for me to go, and I'm very open-minded to letting things change if I want to change it. As far as YouTube goes, as you know, I really love posting content. I posted quite a bit this past year, and our community has slowly grown as my content has progressed and whatnot, and my journey has progressed. So I'm very thankful for all of you. And so with that, I want to open a Discord this upcoming 2024 for our community. I think it'd be great for everyone to collectively come together. We could share trading ideas, trading charts, trading psychology there, and actually have a chance to have real conversations. And you don't only have to hear me through a video, but we can actually speak one-on-one in the chat or like have a voice call or something. I think that'd be really cool. And we'll see what happens. Like the future is not yet written, but this was definitely one of my goals. Number 7 is to collaborate with other influencers and companies. I think this would be really, really fun to have partnerships. Now, truth be told, this past year of being in the social media space, I have been very grateful and thankful for the companies and people that have reached out and wanted to create an actual partnership, whether it's through a YouTube video, a podcast, an interview, an actual partnership of promoting different things like an affiliate and whatnot. And I'm thankful for all of those opportunities. And this is in response to those people, although I may not have accepted the offer at the time to collaborate within any of those formats. It's not because I didn't want to, but it's truly because I felt like I didn't have enough experience to share to these people's audiences, if that makes any sense. I'm very open to talk about trained psychology and how I feel and like struggles and all of these things, but I am not yet a consistently profitable trader. And I've told you guys this as well many times that I'm not. And if I were to go on to these live interviews or live podcasts or whatever the case may be and say like, yeah, this is exactly what I'm doing and this is why I am consistently profitable, that would just feel like a fraud. And I don't want to do that. You know, I want to be real with you guys that I'm not there yet. I'm working towards that. That's why I have these goals. That's why I post on my channel and all of this stuff. And I want to get to that point where I am consistently profitable, taking payouts from the market. And then at that point, I can really take all of the golden nuggets I have that have led me to that point and then be able to share it with all these different influencers and interviews and companies and whatnot. So I hope that makes sense. And yeah, let's go ahead and move on to number 8. To expand on the type of content I'm having on my channel, you can go through my channel, see all the different kind of content I post. It's a wide variety, to be honest, but I want to add more to it. So as I mentioned a little bit earlier, I wanted to have more income streams because I believe that will be a lot better when you have multiple income sources. So one thing I want to focus on just in general of 2024 is to build at least 1 or 2 more income streams. I don't know exactly what that might look like, but if I ever come to it, or, you know, if I decide it's time to really push my foot to the gas. Sorry, I'm sick, don't forget. Put my foot to the gas of attempting to build these income streams or these businesses. I want to share it with you guys, and I think that'll be really fun. So you guys, please let me know in the comments below if that's something you'd be interested in. But if not, maybe I'll just keep it to the kind of content I have right now. Number 9 is to get a new laptop or really just a new PC setup or of some sort. So I'm able to host more live stream sessions. I tried to do a live stream on my YouTube a few times before, but my laptop is really quite old, so it can't handle live streaming and charting and trading and all this stuff at the same time. So if I'm able to upgrade my setup, then I'll be able to have these sessions and do real-time charting sessions, because I think that would be really beneficial for everybody, including myself. And then lastly, if possible, this would be super duper freaking cool to hit or even surpass 10,000 subscribers. We're already about to hit 3,500, which is freaking crazy to me already. But if we're able to go a little over 2x, almost 3x for next year, that would be super duper awesome. So yeah, in total for 2024 and even for my trading, I want to live, love, learn, experience, and travel more. So going to my very beginning days of coming into trading compared to now, this is a quick overview of it all. So in November 28th, 2022, the kind of trading style I did was with the cumulative delta strategy and bounces off the volume profile of the volume nodes. I learned this through Trades by Matt, and I also incorporated the 80 to 20 or 20 to 80 rule for the NASDAQ from him. I came across Matt from one of the videos he did as a collaboration. At the time, this other trader was quite rookie and wasn't too good, but he's all about finance, and he was someone I already watched. So when he did the collab with Matt, that's how I was exposed to Matt, and I just thought it was so freaking interesting. And that's why I decided to do a deeper dive of Matt's content, came across this trading style, and I kind of stuck to it for a little bit of time before I eventually moved over to the style that I do now. The time frames I use for placing trades is the 1 and 5 minute. I did not do any charting at all, so that's kind of crazy. Yes, I did journal every single day, sometimes twice a day, and it would also either be on a physical book or it would be through my digital Google document or sheet, which I've shared with you guys before, and even a voice memo on my phone. I was not profitable, consistent, and I did not have any payouts. But present day, 1 year later, the kind of trading I do, I still incorporate pieces of this previous trading style, but I mainly focus on supply and demand zones and using VWAP. I learned supply and demand zones, the basic foundations, from Danny Trade's course. He's from Traders Evolve. You might have heard of him. And one thing I really respect from Danny is his risk management. You can really see it play out in his live streams. Even if he has a losing trade, let's say of $500, for example, his next trade or his next future trades, it's usually like a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. So it completely wipes out that losing $500, and he actually walks away in the green. So that was really inspiring for me to learn, and that's why I decided I'm going to pick up on the supply and demand zone course and kind of learn a bit more. And that's where I got my understanding of how they work and how to chart it a little bit more. I've tweaked it since then to make it my own style, but this is where I learned it from. And then for VWAP, I created that on my own throughout the months as I was trading for my own charting time. I execute trades on the 1, 3, and 5 minute time frame. However, I just started recently looking at the 15-second because of Danny. I'm not sure if I'm going to completely incorporate it into my trading execution, but it's something that I am looking at right now. Yes, I do chart on TradingView. I used to post on TradingView publicly a little bit more frequently before. I've since then took a break and I'll post every now and then. But ever since I bought the premium TradingView plan, I am planning to start posting on a weekly basis, and then eventually, hopefully, I'll post more on a frequent basis, maybe every other day or something like that, since I do chart every day anyways. My journaling is very off and on. It's more on the off side, and the real reason is just simply I'm lazy. It's nothing special to it, and I know it's very important because, as you know, I did that quite a bit before, and I just started to fall off that wagon. So I need to get back on it. I am considering to get TradeZella. I've heard really great reviews from it, and how it just seamlessly gathers all of your data and information from your platform and puts it over into their platform. So that's really cool, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet. It's still kind of on my mind. I am not consistently profitable, and I'm not super consistent when it comes to payouts, but I do have to say I am consistent when it comes to the style of trading that I use and the time frames for my execution and my charting. For payouts, I have had some in the past few months, so that's been pretty cool. And hopefully in this upcoming second year, I'll continue to take more payouts. And then as far as the companies I've used, these are the 8 that I have personal experience with. And what I mean by experience is I've bought their accounts, I've traded on them, I have talked to their customer support team, and that's ranging from basic general questions all the way to technical, complicated questions. I've had some emails with some of the employees from these places, only some companies. And in one particular, which is Lilu Trading, I've actually had a partnership as far as like going on their live stream and talking to the live community at the time, and then having a really great relationship with Chris, the CEO. So that was really cool. And this was not a contracted partnership. It was just hanging out, having a good time. So that was a really great experience. Some of these companies I do not trade with anymore. Some of them I am still currently using. And then I'm deciding for myself, which I've talked about, that once I do get a new setup, and if my computer or my setup is able to not only do live streaming, but also use NinjaTrader and very smoothly, I might consider going with some of these companies that I don't use anymore, and even others that are not on the list. But everything's up in the air still, right? So we'll see what happens as time comes. And then finally, to wrap up this entire video, these are some of the quotes and reminders that I've been telling myself this past year that have helped a lot. And it might not seem like much, but the more that you kind of reiterate these things to yourself, just kind of like how you brush your teeth every day, and you make it like a natural habit, if you will, it kind of sticks with you. And so I'm just going to go ahead and read through some of these, and feel free to screenshot this if you want. Feel free to copy any of these quotes here and use it for yourself. It's all about trying to become better, and if I'm able to help in any way, then feel free to copy these. But success will come in time. Everyone is on their own path to consistent profitability. There are many ways to reach consistent profitability through different strategies, risk management, psychology, and even more things. And with this, it just means that everyone has a different version of success, right? And with these different perspectives of success, there's also different ways that you can reach that kind of success. For example, if my success just so happens to be to make $500 every single trading day, and I have the strategy of supply and demand zones, that might not be your success. Your success might be making $10,000 a day, and you still might be using supply and demand zones, but maybe your risk management is a 1-to-3 versus my 1-to-1 or 1-to-2. So there's just so many ways to go about things. Everyone's environment is unique and different, and everyone trades in their own unique way as well. So just keep that in mind, that it's not really worth it to compare your trading status to somebody else's. The only way that you can really lose is if you give up. And that's kind of applicable to anything. Obviously, we're talking about trading. So if you stop trading completely, then you're basically giving up on yourself. And that means you're just losing out on this opportunity of time and financial freedom and making more money than you would maybe in the corporate rat race. But another example I can give you is if you give up during a basketball game. Let's say you're down 5 points versus the other team, and you have 10 minutes to make those 5 points up. You have enough time to actually make those 5 points, right? There's so much possibility and opportunities in those 10 minutes. But if you give up already, then you're already losing. Not even because you're losing the game by 5 points, but you're losing the chance of trying to become better. You're losing the chance of these opportunities. So why give up on yourself? But obviously everyone's situation and environment is different. So if you realize that you need to stop trading or stop doing X, Y, and Z because of a certain reason, then that's okay too. Just as long as you're able to figure that out for yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. This path is challenging enough. As I've told you guys before, trading has a long list of odds stacked against us to make it hard enough where they don't want us to be consistently profitable. They don't want us to win. We have algos against us. We have big institutions of multi-million-dollar orders. We have so many different strategies to learn through to find which is best for us. We have to understand risk management. We have to understand our own internal psychology, and that could also involve bringing in your past, childhood drama of some sort, or the way that you act day in, day out that is completely different than how you act in trading. So there's so many things against us. And so, take it easy on yourself. Give yourself a hug, give yourself a pat on the back for even trying to do this, because this is already hard by itself. Depending on trading as the sole income will only cause unnecessary pressure and can force you to take trades. That kind of speaks for itself. Putting more focus on the charts and process of your trading plan and strategy is better than focusing on the profits. Basically, process over the profits. And then lastly, more is less, less is more. For this last quote, take it as you will, but it speaks for itself, just like the other one. But that's going to be the end of today's video. I really do appreciate you guys' time and support for watching all the way through, and for how long you've been with me on my journey as a futures trader. It definitely has been scary. It's been exciting. It's been frustrating. It's been happy. There's so many different things that I've felt and been through throughout this entire thing. And I'm just thankful that I'm able to share a lot of it with all of you. If you guys feel comfortable, feel free to comment down below what are some of your goals. If it's your second, third, fourth year of trading, if it's your first week of trading, feel free to comment what your goals are. And yeah, I just want you guys to be able to enjoy your journey. Don't compare yourself to others, even though it's very, very easy to. And I wish you nothing but the best and most success in everything you do. And I will see you all in the next video.